What's up, guys? This is
Andrew Cello.
And what did you do today, bro?
I went top 10 at a Brooklyn Regionals with 60 card BA noids.
Oh shit, bro. Let's see it.
Alright, so obviously first, the 1-up tour guide. One of the best normal summons in the deck. Your two 1-up BAs, you got Seer and Graph. You play, only because they're limited though. You play your other 1-ofs, it's Alec, Effect Veiler, Barbar, Burn Damage. Calcab is back row, he flips face down. Then you play double Scarm. It's the search power. It searches Tour Guide, searches Farfa, searches Seer, Graph. Actually, it searches any level 3 Fiend, to be honest. Double Farfa, Banish, utility play. And then that's it for the BA lineup. For the Inferno lineup, you got triple Decatron. Second best normal summon in the deck. Literally can do anything any Inferno it does. It's a normal summon, makes negates, pops front, back, everything. You got double Petroleum. You have the Banish one to special, it pops back row. It's also DD Crow. Banish one to special, pops monsters, also DD Crow. Then you have the big ones. You got double Deviati, double Anunku. This is Heavy Storm, and this is Dark Hole. They both. This also negates spells and traps, and this negates monster effects.
Bro, how many times have you hit the Dark Hole today, bro? How many times do you think?
10 plus.
10 plus?
Once a game, really.
Really?
I resolve these at least once a game, maybe more. Yeah. Then you got the 1-ofs. You got Cytimus. On battle phase, after if he battles a monster, you can banish a card on the field non-targeting. Tondal attacks twice after destroying a monster. I didn't actually use him really once today, to be honest with you. Not that he's not literally amazing, but I just never ran into him. Sajet, you really only play him to resolve Void Feast, which I'll get into in a minute. And that's it for your Noid lineup. You can't play too many of them, because then you just brick ridiculously. I play the triple Phoenix Rhino, the most versatile monster in the deck. So this is a blanket coverage for all your Fiend monsters. They can't be destroyed by battle or card effect while this is on the field. Not only that, when this actually goes to graveyard, you send any Fiend monster, any Noid or BA from deck to graveyard. So it's auto plus, you can pitch it with Twin Twisters, and you just keep going. You play the triple Snow, the card that should have got hit instead of Grass. This pretty much, this won me games. I mean, let's be real, it's Snow. Now for hand traps, you play just double Ogre, double Ash. It's yeah, you can't play more than that, otherwise you start to brick.
How many times have you seen these guys?
A decent amount. I saw them when I needed them. Realistically, you don't need hand traps because you play a lot of going second cards, because this is a going second build.
Copy.
So that was my monster count. I'm pretty sure it was 34. So onto the spells, you got the double Desires. Playing 3 is just retarded. You never want to resolve 3 because you have too many resources that you need to do your power plays. The 1-up spells, Monster Gate and Reasoning. So the reason why this deck is so good to me is because these are grass without needing grass. And I'll explain why in a second. This, you tribute a monster, keep milling until you find a normal summonable monster, special summon it. And this, you make your opponent name a level, keep milling monsters until you can find a normal summonable monster, and if it had that level, send it to the grave, if not, special summon it. So they both have potential to mill an ignorant amount of cards.
Yeah, so you can also mill Infernoids, right? Because
yeah, if you mill Infernoids, they won't be summoned, so you just keep milling Infernoids.
Wow.
Your 1-up lineup, obviously Foolish Burial, 1-for-1, Soul Charge, Raigeki, Grass. I've resolved this maybe 2-3 times today. This deck doesn't need that to win. This is not a win condition. This is not a main win condition, it's just an auto win condition. Anytime I resolve this, I won, but it was only twice today. Raigeki, I saw once, Soul Charge won me a game, 1-for-1 was pretty clutch, and I saw this all day somehow. It was amazing.
Wow.
The best truly neg one in the deck though, Call by the Grave. This card is non-negotiable. I literally stopped an infinite, not only, the reason why this is so good, so if you activate Void Banishment to search for Void Feast, and you negate Ash with it, they can't Ash you when you go to resolve the Void Feast on their turn. So it literally saves you for 2 turns from Ash. It's fucking unstoppable. The triple Twin Twister, non-negotiable. My hardest matchup and one of my only 2 losses was against Altergeist. Granted, he top decks for game, but this saved me an endless amount of times. It destroyed True Drago, destroyed Trickstar, everything. The triple Void Imagination, another win condition. Fusion summons, clears boards, and stacks graveyard all in one play. It gets 6 noids to graveyard, 1 on field, and 6 cards to graveyard, and 3 pops on resolution of the play. Literally insane. And then your search card. So this is what makes that grass. So because of its secondary effect, whenever you activate it, for the rest of the turn, you can only summon Noid monsters. So when you activate Reasoning or Monster Gate, you have to mill until you get Decatron. So if Decatron is 20-30 cards deep in the deck, that's how many you mill regardless. So if you drop Scarms, Phoenix Rhinos, any other Noid, Snows, they can't be summoned until you have to make Decatron. So the deck has 2 grasses without actually having grass. And onto the, there's only a short trap lineup, obviously because, it's a going second deck. Void Feast, auto win condition. don't play it at 3 because even at 2 there were times where I opened this up and didn't have a void card. And it's the literal worst. And then evenly matched, pretty much sacked the shit out of everyone whenever I got it. Perfect card, literally the best card. So onto the extra deck, it's pretty standard, pretty simple. You got the only card that refuses to get power crept in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dante, my man.
Dante the man.
If you don't know what he is, honestly, then don't even make this deck. Beatrice over Dante. I wish she wasn't limited because she's the GOAT. Once per turn during either player's turn, sends any card from deck to graveyard. And if she's destroyed, she summons Pilgrim, which is just amazing. So once per turn during either player's turn, pitch a BA and draw 1. So if you pitch Seer, draw 1, special Dante. Pitch Farfa, draw 1, banish a card, banish a monster. You know what I mean? It's just like infinite versatility. You play Lightning and Utopia, mostly to get over like problematic monsters. This actually won me a game against Altergeist round 3. They made Ultimate Falcon on me, and I baited out all the negates and fucking crashed for game and snowed. It was fantastic. It was great. This card I didn't make him once today. I'm probably gonna sub him out for something else. He was supposed to be amazing, but not really. Decode, I made him once. Mostly these guys are just very situational when you're trying to clear levels off to board wipe with your noids. Because your noids have a restriction where they can't be summoned when you have more than 8 levels of ranks combined on your board. So you just use this to, get your Dantes and whenever to graveyard, plus real quick to board wipe. Too little is when you have 2 noids, you can make them, put them together, and whenever this card is destroyed by any card effect, not even just your opponents, you get a fire monster back. So that's Ash or Decatron, back from grave to hand. So it either gives you a normal summon versatility or a playstop. This card was pretty clutch. Underclock, I made this all day when I wanted to clear a board. Self-explanatory. This is the card that is 3 pops off Void Imagination.
What?
So when you summon this off Void Imagination, mostly you're only going to resolve it with 6 unless you're just trying to go off. He's going to mill 3 from the deck and then send 3 from the extra deck to grave. And these don't miss timing. They go to grave and they activate Chain Link 1 through 3 and pop 3 cards on the field. So even if you negate 1, 2 still go off no matter what. It's not 1 effect. So it's literally just wild.
Bro, I feel like no one ever uses that card, bro. That's great.
It's literally amazing. And then for the extra deck was kind of whatever. Oh, not even whatever. It was pretty good. It was a couple cards. Yeah, side deck. Yeah, you're right. So double game steal, pretty self-explanatory. Today was the last day for Masterpiece. Yeah, I had to be prepared. So this card was kind of funny. I did resolve this once. Cyber Dragon. I was missing a second Cyber Dragon. But so Spiral Nightmares are a thing. They make Ibly and fucking Sleeper and all that shit. I tribute summoned over an Ibly. They didn't know what I was doing, and I contact fused their top 2 and got rid of their Tri-Gate negate. He had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So that was pretty legit. And obviously the Mega Fleet for that play. The only other situational side deck card is Ultimate Falcon. I play Double Waken the Dragon because Draco's still a thing. 1 extra board wipe. Didn't side this in. You don't really need it. It's just there in case you do. Double Cyclone was dumb clutch. Like, I think it won me 2 different duels against 2 different rounds against Draco specifically. Waking the Dragon won me 2 duels. Raid Route of Ultimate Falcon's just too good. Double D Barrier. Didn't use this once. Didn't go up against a single Invokes or Pendulum deck. I'll give you my whole lineup this whole day. Literally insane. And Double Red Reboot. This actually won me a game against Draco. Evenly matched him. He flipped Solemn Judgment. I did this. He kept terraforming. Return. I had a Cyclone in hand. So that was pretty much it. Yeah. So my matches went as follow. I had I 2-0'd a Trickstar off rip. He wasn't that good of a player. I want to be honest. Oh, I will be honest. Game 2 was probably the freest match I had all day. It was Invoked Blue Eyes. Game 3 was probably my hardest. Well, not my hardest. It was Altergeist, which are my hardest matchup. I only won because of Utopia going over Falcon for game and then snowing for game. So that was so hard. Honestly, if you don't open up evenly or Twin Twisters, you're gonna be hard pressed to do fucking anything against that deck. Round 4 was Spiral Nightmare, which I did the little finesse play, beat him with that. That was fun. Round 5 was Draco, and I beat that. That was a 2-1 also. Everything else after my first 3 rounds were 2-1. Round 6, I went up against Steven. I went up against Draco back to back, yeah. And I won that. I lost my last 2 rounds. One was actually a 60-card deck at table 1. I only lost because I misplayed. So he's playing the 60-card Dino Lightsworn, and I didn't DD Crow his last Dino at a grave when he searched the fucking the double evolution pill. So that was my fault. Not only that, I forgot to set Call by the Grave and he activated Monster Reborn. That was his win condition right there. So that was completely and utterly. That was game 2. I won game 1. Like I really threw that game away. He ended up beating me 2-1. And then game 8, I was going against Altergeist, cleared his entire board, where in time he has 2 turns left. Top decks Pot of Desires, top decks Protocol Multi-Faker. So I don't know what you want me to do. Anyways, I went 6-2 with my fun deck, and to be honest, I love it. It doesn't need grass, and it's definitely going to be viable. So thank you for my deck profile, guys.
Thanks, bro. Congrats again, by the way, for taking top 10 at the Brooklyn Regionals. We did it, guys. Peace.